Hello, I wanted to make another video based on a comment I received, and I already made this video once. Knowing me, I'll leave stuff out, but I wanted to put something important in to start with, which I forgot to say in the other video. And the video is titled Awakening versus Going Crazy, because I can understand how somebody experiencing any sort of awakening could feel like they're going crazy, because I have felt like that at times during my awakening. You know, it's only now that I'm kind of seeing stuff happen in the world that I'm like, oh wait, that isn't actually as crazy as it seemed at the time, you know? So I wanted to talk about my own, I like going to see my psychiatrist because I can talk to him. I can talk to him about things, whether he believes in angels. I don't expect people to believe the same things as me, and that's cool. And I'm fine with that, as long as they're cool that that's what I believe in, and they're not trying to fucking, tell me I'm wrong and tell me that this is wrong and this is wrong and you can't believe in angels. And I'm like, dude, that's what I believe in, and I'm allowed to believe what I want as long as I'm not doing anyone any harm, which is the total fucking opposite of, everything I'm putting out there, do no harm to others, love, vibration, raise your frequency, raise your vibration, laws of attraction. The more love you put out, the more love you get back, that kind of stuff. But if you are struggling with your mental health in any way, if things are causing you anxiety and stuff like that, then there's no shame in getting medication to help you with it. Mine helped me with mine because my thoughts were too much, because I didn't know how the universe worked and I wanted to draw it all out, and it was thinking about it all the time was driving me crazy because I couldn't remember everything from my awakening, so I couldn't put it together with how everything worked, because I had all these beliefs and all these things in my head about God and heaven and hell and this and that, and I was like, fuck. So I didn't know where my new beliefs fitted in that kind of area at that time. I didn't understand. Now, I have my beliefs. I don't talk about my belief in God because I do not believe that God is a man. And I don't want to force my beliefs on anyone else. That's my own personal choice. That is my own personal choice not to talk about that. You can listen to my first video where I spoke about my awakening and what happened, and then try and work out what I believe, and it's not that my son is God. No, that was just what the fuck moment when that whole experience happened and my heart went and overflowed with love in that moment. So that was my own personal experience then. I haven't experienced anything like that since, but I've experienced other strange things. But what I wanted to talk about was awakening at the moment and what it can look like, because there's different levels that people can wake up on. So what I'm seeing happen at the moment is a lot of people waking up to things that are going on in the world that they haven't been aware of before. So, okay, let's take Operation Mockingbird for one. You know, there's a lot of people that don't know about that. If you research it and look at the Mockingbird media, where people have put together videos of like the news channels all saying exactly the same fucking thing, and you're like, whoa, okay, you know, weird, but you know, it makes sense when you look at Operation Mockingbird, you know. And you do more research into, like, you know, which corporations own which news channels, which corporations are owned by which fucking, like, Vanguard, BlackRock, all those type of things, you know, like who owns everything and how it all works and stuff like that. So there's that level of awakening, and if you're the only one that's kind of aware or looking at that type of thing, and everyone else around you is kind of like, you know, looking at the media and going, yes, 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 oh, yes, 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 you know, then that can kind of like cause some issues, because obviously you're saying something different to what everyone's hearing on TV or reading in the newspapers. But like I point out to people, okay, this is a perfect example for me. I'm just like, I can't even get my head around it. I'm like, fucking, what the fuck? Okay, so Ghislaine Maxwell, done for trafficking children. Trafficking children. The media, the mainstream media, is not calling for her client list. She has been put in a minimum security prison for only 20 years. For trafficking children. To who? Why aren't they asking who she was trafficking the children to? You know? What the fuck? Why are they not demanding that she spends life in prison in fucking Guantanamo Bay? Minimum security prison for 20 years for trafficking children. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah. You know? And it's like you read newspaper articles in The Guardian, it's all like, oh yeah, she's had 20 years and she's been moved to a minimum security prison, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. And I'm like, dude, where the fuck is the outrage? Where is it? Where are these papers going? This is a travesty, this is fucking injustice, blah, 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 blah. Like me. Where is it? You know, gotta question that. So there's that level of awakening. But then there's also your whole spiritual level as well. You know, like, okay, so I'm pretty sure I remembered a past life. Can't be 100%. Just pretty sure it was a weird experience and it left me like, And basically I saw somebody stab the love of my life in the back, and I felt the pain of losing him. And I was like, I literally felt how it felt to lose him. So I was like, what the hell is that? You know, that's weird. So, there's that. But also, like, you've got paranormal types of things and stuff like that. And I said previously when I made this video, I found in 5D very good for esoteric knowledge. Very good, very good, very helpful, because I didn't have a clue about any of this stuff when I woke up, and I was literally going around looking for spiritual people to help me, because I was like, the fuck is going on? There's something in my house. I can feel this big angry energy in front of me. It's like huge. I'm trying to clear it out of my home and sage the fucker away. And I felt it running through somewhere, and other people have felt it around me as well. And I'm like, the fuck is that? You know, I don't know anything about these things. I've never come across anything like this before in my life. It felt like I was living in some sort of horror movie. I was like, the fucking hell is that? And people have seen these things around me. So I'm like, okay then. Okay. Anyway, so for that type of stuff, like, that really helps. For like messages on how to navigate other people and how to not let other people affect you and your energy that you're trying to bring to the table with me, it would be love. You know, it's not easy all the time, because you have to deal with other people, and other people aren't on the same fucking vibration. They're not on the same frequency as you. They're like, you know, in whatever the fuck they're in. I don't know what the fuck they're in. It's not love. It's like bitching and moaning and hate and anger and you know. Okay, that's cool, alright, whatever, crack on, you do you, I'll do me. Still love you, don't want to be around you, still love you, you know. And how not to let those type of people affect you, and that, you know. I listen to Feel Good, Laurie Ladd. I have my astrologers that I listen to as well. Pam Gregory's very good. Adrian Elise, very good. You know, like, you know, I'm interested in all this stuff now, because, you know, I'm like, ooh, Mercury retrograde. Oh, fucking hell. Well, every time we've had one of those, shit's happened. So what's going to happen this time? How fucked up am I going to get? Am I going to be having PTSD and everything like that again? Is it going to be bringing up all my issues and shit? You know. Yes. But, I mean, that's why I find it easier for me to be in my own space. You know, like, I love being around my kids, because my kids are just, you know, they're there, they're doing them, they're funny, they're, you know, I enjoy their company, they're nice people to be around, they're not kind of bringing drama to the table. I mean, they have their drama with their friends and that, but at home, you know, they're not really bringing any drama in. I mean, okay, like, there may be a few issues that arise here and there, but, you know, we kind of navigate our way through everything together, and it's like, you know, it's getting better, it's getting easier for them, you know, because obviously they've been affected by all this as well, which hasn't been easy for them. You know, I mean, my poor son felt like he'd lost his mother because of my awakening, and I'm like, dude, I'm the same person. I mean, you didn't really know me before, and I was pretty fucked up then, you know, like, with me before my awakening, like, you know, I was in therapy before my awakening happened. Like, literally just before it happened. Because I hated myself and I felt like I was nothing and no one, and I just didn't like myself. And I had real issues with myself, which was affecting the way that I was behaving and that. Like, I was looking for validation from other people to make me feel good about myself. I was like, you know, just wanting something to make me feel better because I felt like shit and that. So I had all that going on, and it affected my behaviour in other ways as well, you know. I mean, like, just before I had my awakening and that, I met somebody, I've talked about this in a previous video, who was like, oh, I've got borderline personality. And I was like, what's that? And she told me, and I was like, holy shit. And it, like, you know, it's like a tick list of certain behaviours, like self-harm, suicide, fucking, obviously not like proper suicide, but being suicidal and stuff like that, because if you do proper suicide, you'd be dead. You wouldn't have anything wrong with you. But I kind of went through the tick list and I was like, yeah, like at different points in my life, I have had all of those sort of behaviours and that. And it was like your emotions were like fucking waves. And you were just riding the waves of your emotions. And I was like, fuck yes. Yes, that's what it feels like. But then I realised that those things that I was doing were choices that I was making. They were choices that I was making, and I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to be that person. I could make different choices, and I could stand in my own integrity. And if somebody comes at me with shit, I can just say, if that's what you want to believe, that's what you want to believe. You want to believe shit about me? Believe shit about me. I know me. I know me. I'm with me all day, every day. I'm a good person. You know, I do my kids to the best of my ability. Try and keep my house as tidy as possible. It's hard when you suffer with depression and shit. But, you know, I've got a fucking tummy bug at the moment and I'm like, which is probably why I look so sexy. Nice. But yeah, so, I mean, I was talking in my other video as well about like different views on mental health as well. I mean, obviously, like if you need help, then don't be afraid to seek help. I mean, there are people out there who can help you, and there are different perspectives that you can look at as well while you're receiving help, like the shamanic view of mental health. You know, it's not the same as Western medicine. I mean, I was talking about Crazy Wise, which is a documentary where people have been diagnosed with these problems. They've been diagnosed with this, and this, or whatever. And they've sought out help from other places, more spiritual help, which has actually got them over their problems and through what they were going through. It's like shaman sickness and stuff like that. You know, that's a real thing. That's a real thing that people experience on Earth. Because when the shaman were on the Earth, they would be initiated into the shamanic way of life and that. And the shaman was the person who lived like on the outskirts of the village and did all the healing for everyone and helped them with all their problems and did herbal medicine and stuff like that. But they had to go through an initiation, and people would come to them with this sickness, which, you know, today would be called like mental health issues and that. But the shaman helped guide these people through, and they became the next shaman. So there's lots of different, like, you know, things to learn about and that. But like, if you are having proper mental health issues and that, then I would suggest going and talking to a professional. Hopefully you can find one who is open-minded. You know, I was saying, like, I like my psychiatrist. I do. I like him because he's open-minded. He listens to me, you know. I mean, obviously I'm in a Catholic country here. I'm not going to go banging on about my beliefs to somebody that might be Catholic. You know, I'm going to respect his beliefs in God and everything like that. I'm not going to try and like preach to him what I believe and that, you know, but that's okay. We both have our own beliefs and that, you know. I didn't believe in anything like that before. I was totally atheist. So, you know, I can understand how even like going from not believing to God to believing in God can make you feel like you've gone crazy. And changing your beliefs can make you feel crazy. Because like when you've believed one thing all your life and then you suddenly go, well, actually, no, I don't think I believe that anymore. It could make you feel like you're going crazy. There's so many things in this world that can make you feel like you're going crazy. You know? But if you need someone to talk to, especially if you've had trauma and that, you know, to help you through your trauma and everything, then there are people that you can talk to in safe spaces, you know, that won't judge you. You know, get a therapist, go and talk to a therapist, you know, help yourself get through these things. Like I talk to my mum because I don't have a therapist here. So I talk to my mum and I tell her stuff and she's like, I'm like, you know, maybe I will get a proper therapist one day. Maybe I won't need one because I've just fucking told my mum everything. You know? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I feel less traumatised, but at the same point, my trauma comes up. Every now and then, something will happen and it will trigger my trauma, and I will be like, spazzing out like at the kids and shit, and they're all like, we're fucking teenagers, we'll do what we want, and I'm like, shit like that, you know. You know, you just have to take each day as it comes. If you're into all the spiritual stuff, then good. If you're into different stuff, whatever works for you, whatever helps you find peace at the end of the day, whatever helps you find peace within yourself. My angels help me find peace within myself. You know, that belief in being a soul in a body, and, you know, when we die, we go on from here, and ta-da, you know, that for me is peace. You know, it's not a bad thing. It's just nice for me to have that, you know, from being totally atheist and like going through what I went through as a teenager, which I won't go into details about because I don't really want to, but from going through that to where I am now, you know, it brings me peace. You know, I like kind of feeling the presence of John's mum and my nan and granddad and my aunt and my wifey. feeling their presence around me. You know, like I feel presences around me, not like I can fucking touch them and that, but I just feel these presences around me in my space. You know, it's like when I was living at the other place, we had Jesus up on the hill, and Diane, who was living there as well, she was saying the same thing about Jesus. It's like, you know, it's like he's watching over us. And I felt that too. And I'm like, you know, I've never read the Bible. I don't know whether Jesus has existed or not, but whatever. People have put so much energy into this guy and their love for him and that it's created this presence that is there, you know, with people. And they feel his presence. That's what it's like. You know, it's not like I can fucking go, all right, Jesus, how you doing? Shake his hand. No, it's not like that. It's just a kind of knowing. It's like a knowing they're there. Knowing they're there. You know? Yes. So hopefully that was helpful in some way. I think I covered everything I said in the first video. But obviously I forgot the main part. Yay. Right, okay, I'll leave it there. Alright, bye.